Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Needles at the Ready. I am Kevin.
And I am Ray.
And today, wait, and this is episode 125. Today is Saturday, December 21st, 2024.
Yes.
So.
It is winter solstice.
It is Happy Winter Solstice for those
solstice.
in the Northern Hemisphere.
Correct.
And
then it would be spring solstice in the... Summer solstice in the Southern Hemisphere?
Correct.
Happy solstice.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
So today we are coming to you from a different location.
Yes.
We thought we'd have our tree in the background. We are in our dining room. So just an FYI, Skylar is over there. His chirping and singing may be louder. If that's something that's going to bother you.
Bye-bye.
I'm sorry.
That's it. It might be a little echoey because we have an open floor plan, so things might be echoing. Not sure. But, hey, listen. It is what it is.
I know.
We are trying to bring some holiday cheer. We're sitting in front of our Christmas tree, like Kevin said. I feel a little discombobulated, not going to lie. Just because we're in a different location. And we're sitting very weird, in our dining room.
Yeah, we're kind of on a diagonal, number one.
Yeah.
It's been a really long time since we've done something down here.
I think so, too.
We've done lives around Christmas or New Year's, I think.
Yeah. Which maybe we'll do again and kind of go through some of our
Don't make promises we can't keep.
I said maybe.
So the holidays are fast approaching. We are trying to finish all those holiday knits. So I know some of y'all are feeling that pain as well.
Yeah. And I don't know why we put so much pressure on ourselves.
I don't either. And I was saying to Ray yesterday, it doesn't feel very Christmassy to me this year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not in that Christmassy mode as of yet.
But you kind of look like you're dressed like...
a lumberjack?
Yeah. Or that dude from Home Alone. What's his name? The bad guy?
Oh, so I'm a robber.
You're a robber.
What do they call themselves?
The Wet Bandits.
I'm a wet bandit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Earl. Merle? I don't know their names.
I don't remember either.
So anyway, yeah, I agree. I think it's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was just too close to Thanksgiving. We didn't have that ramp up that we normally would. But we haven't done and it could just be us. We haven't done our traditional, we haven't watched any Christmas movies.
Not the traditional ones. We watched 2 Hallmark movies, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been listening to Christmas music.
You haven't.
And usually I think the difference, for me anyway...
Oh, he may come.
The difference with me is that on my drives, I would listen to Christmas music in the car, because it's not your favorite genre of music.
Correct.
So we won't listen to that at home unless decorating the tree and stuff.
And even that was weird this year, decorating the house. It was...
We did it in little spurts over a couple of weekends.
Yeah, it's just been a weird
Anyway,
season.
Not that it's bad, it's just different.
We also have to, and today we're a little...
Hi, Sky.
On a little time constraint because we have to be out of the house in an hour and a half. So...
But this is the first weekend in 3 weekends that we're not heading up to Rhode Island. So
Correct.
I'm kind of going through a little withdrawals. Not going to lie. It's nice not having to travel, but...
He's thinking...
You coming over, Sky?
Oh, that was a good adjustment.
That was a good adjustment.
He got a little freaked out because when we record, we have 2 not large, but pretty good sized lights that we use to try to make us look pretty. And they're down here, but
That's our secret.
One of them was in his flight path that he typically takes, so it freaked him out a little bit.
But he's adjusted.
Yeah. So anyways.
So you may hear him or see him flying around. I doubt he's going to land on us, because it's not his typical thing in the dining room. But if he does, he'll come and say hello.
Yes. So let's just, we'll jump into our 2 weeks. So our 2 weeks actually, I feel have been quite busy.
Jam-packed.
So after the last episode, that was the 8 a.m. episode, we went straight to Dominic's birthday party. So we picked up our sister-in-law, your mother,
and our 2 nieces.
Went to Dominic's party, which was at a bounce house. Not a bounce house. What is that?
It's one of those bounce things, but it's
trampoline park, a bounce park.
Yeah,
type of
there were all these different... You probably, if you have kids or you've been to some of these parties, it was our first time going to one like that. They had all these different sections. Kids can just kind of run around and do different things. And like there was a ball pit, and they had like bouncy basketball and dodgeball, and just like it was really
it was fun. The kids had fun.
Yeah, it was good for the kids.
Actually, I'm going to show one of the greatest pictures ever, and then there were cupcakes afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some great photos. Oh, this is literally one of my favorite pictures ever.
Yeah, it's super cute.
Of Riley after eating the frosting. So, oh my gosh, I can't with them.
Yeah.
So we did that, cute. And then
I had frosting all over myself too. Apparently.
You did.
My lips were blue.
That's right.
I have to partake as well. I'm a large child.
I had cupcake too.
Yeah. You did, but you didn't get it all over your lips.
No. So then we did that. Then we had to take Reese. We dropped Reese off at dance. Mm-hmm. Everybody to their homes, and then we headed up to East Greenwich, Rhode Island, to Skein Yarn Shop, where
for their annual holiday party.
Yes,
it's our second time going.
It was.
It was lovely.
It was lovely. So we got there probably about 4 o'clock just after 4 after we checked in at the hotel.
Yep.
And spent some time with all the folks there. We played a trivia game that
I thought we were going to be so much better.
We were awful.
Awful. Oh my goodness. Actually,
Lori and Justine won.
Of course.
But it really was Lori won.
Yeah.
Justine was just there for support.
As she always is. She holds it together. She's the glue.
Then, great food. It's kind of like a potlucky style, so everybody brings a dish. And then...
You brought the...
What did I bring?
You made those magic bars.
I made magic bars,
for the first time.
I was really silly, y'all. So I bought all the ingredients, and typically there's nuts in it. And then I thought, oh, no, I should not put nuts in case somebody has a nut allergy. But then silly old me, and one of them still put peanut butter chips. And I'm like, well, that was not the most intelligent thing I've done.
They were phenomenal, though.
They were good.
They were really good. We brought home like an entire tray and probably finished it within 2 days. 3 days.
Maybe 4, 5.
Oh, good for us. Our restraint.
So we did that. Then we went to G-Bob's.
Yeah, G-Bob's.
A little hangout afterwards.
Yeah.
And then we went to Dante's in the morning for breakfast. So we're becoming roadies, and that's our MO when we go.
Yeah. I always love the signs on the highway. Keep our roads clean or something like that.
It is.
And it's spelled
is it
RHODES.
Yeah, is it don't dirty our roads?
Don't dirty our clean roads or something like that. Yeah. It's really cute.
It cracks us
Anyway, we were looking for houses in Rhode Island. Just because everywhere we go, it's not like we're going to be moving to Rhode Island tomorrow, but everywhere we go, we're like, oh, I wonder how much houses are in this area.
Yeah, what does the market look like?
What's available?
Can we get a weekend
just for
home?
poops and laughs?
Can we get a weekend home here?
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice idea,
right?
We need to sell some more yarn.
Yeah.
Or start a GoFundMe.
So we did that, and then our week after that was normal. Just normal stuff.
Yep.
And then last weekend was Reese's birthday. So Reese and Dominic are like they are 8 days apart. 8 days, I believe. No, Dominic's birthday was yesterday.
The 20th.
So they're 5 days. 5 days apart.
2 years and 5 days, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So for Reese's birthday, the initial plan was that Reese was going to have a party the Friday night. So then we committed to go to Skein on Saturday because our friend Michael from Upland Fiber Co. was having a trunk show. So we wanted to go, be supportive. Yep. But since there was a change in Reese's birthday schedule, they were going to have it on Saturday night, which we had already planned to be staying over at Skein. So what we did is we surprised Reese on Saturday morning, and we picked her up and took her out for breakfast, just the 3 of us.
I got a cute picture of the two of you, actually.
She had expressed, like, when we went to go cut down the tree, that her favorite thing is pancakes. And we have this great restaurant in Orange called Chips, where as a kid I used to go for pancakes. So we took her out for some pancakes, and we gave her the option of going to Five Below or Barnes & Noble so that she could either buy stuff for herself from either one. She chose Five Below, so for after breakfast, we went to Five Below and
did a little shopping spree.
Do a little shopping.
She made us buy some things as well.
She did.
She said, I won't buy anything if you guys don't buy anything.
Yeah, so we had to buy some stuff also.
Yeah.
Then we dropped her off at home after that, and we went back to Skane for the trunk show and hung out for the trunk show. And then, per usual, we went to G-Bob's and Dante's the following morning for breakfast.
Yeah. I made the mistake of having tequila that night.
You
and
did.
Tequila affects me differently than other alcoholic beverages do. Not that I had many. I had two.
You had two.
Holiday, but we were there for 4 hours.
We were there for a while. But there are two drinks that affect you. Tequila and white wine.
True.
Those are the two that change your personality the most.
But not in a bad way, I
No.
don't think. White wine makes me chatterbox. And tequila in my earlier days used to make me like dance, which I'm not a good dancer at all. Kevin can attest to that. But this time around, it made me really share a lot. I overshared quite a bit.
No, we all shared quite a bit. It was great.
I couldn't believe that we were there for 4 hours. I had no idea until afterwards.
We always are.
I know. It's great company.
It is. We just have a good time. It's really nice to hang out with friends and chat and laugh.
I want to do a sleepover. Wouldn't that be fun with them?
That'd be hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So
that was really our 2 weeks. I did finish school. I don't know if I talked to you about this. I did finish my classes, and I realized last weekend.
Yes, last weekend.
Is when I realized. So remember, I probably talked about how I was pushing to complete this assignment, and the instructor changed the due dates to Saturday instead of Sunday. So whatever, blah 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 blah. I did it all. Yeah, I did talk about it because then clearly I talked for 20 minutes instead of 10, which I did get points taken off for that, by the way. Anyway,
I guess it's not just tequila that makes you chatty.
Apparently not. The due date was actually a week later on a Saturday, not that week. So I got done really early. But I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was looking for my grades all week because usually the last grade within a few days you have your overall grade, and I was like, "Why am I not getting my grade back?" And then I realized that I misread the entire post from the instructor. And I just read the Saturday word and assumed that it was due that Saturday. So anyway, but that was nice bonus. Apparently, I've been ahead of the game by a week the entire time. So go me. I want my harps. I'm just kidding.
I'm done. Absolutely done with you. All right.
I believe that's it.
On our catch up, we have some admin-y stuff to go over. So one is our badass brioche.
Mal.
Well, no, it's really a
Cal.
Oh,
hi. He was going to land on us.
He's
getting ready.
He's trying out on the 31st, so you still have some time to post it on Instagram using the hashtag badass brioche.
Mal.
Ray and I did not participate in that. So...
Per our usual. No,
yeah.
I usually participate in all of our knit-alongs. I usually complete a knit-along that we do.
I think, too, it's a great Mal, but it was maybe
the timing
of
for
year
us.
because of the holiday knitting.
We had a lot of holiday knitting.
So, so that's coming to a close. There is also still going on the sock knit-along for Socks for Sam.
Yes.
And all of the links to these patterns or knit-alongs are down below in our show notes. You hit more, and everything we talk about is described there.
And usually the knit-alongs and administrative things are at the very top, like with our contact information, right below our contact information, which we usually don't talk about as well, but you can find us on Instagram, Ravelry, and I have my Goodreads there too.
We have our P.O. box.
Yeah,
our email
all of that
address
stuff is right at the top.
There. So Socks for Sam. And there is the address if you want to send in a single sock. The address should be down below there as well.
Yep. It's on our Ravelry post as well as the link to if you go to their Instagram.
That's right.
Yeah.
What else is admin-y?
We're taking part in a really exciting
It's unofficial. Wait. Huh? No. Oh no,
This is official.
No, I thought you were doing a different thing.
Tell me.
No, I know. That was I go ahead.
No, I'm really curious. Do I know about these things?
You do. We literally talked about it Thursday night. We had a whole conversation with people on Thursday night.
Was I present though?
Yeah.
Was I mentally present?
I have no idea.
Okay, so Tabitha and our friends over at Long Island Yarn and Farm, who we talk about often, we are obsessed with their skincare products, specifically the lotions and stuff that they have.
The almond one is my favorite.
Oh my god, it's so
almond
good.
honey.
Yeah. They're putting together a 12 Days of Christmas like live event where they're chatting with people in the knitting and yarny communities. And guess who they're going to be chatting with?
Who?
Needles at the Ready. Have
Oh
you ever
my God.
heard of them? Kevin and Ray. They're amazing. I believe they're from Connecticut. They have a podcast on YouTube.
I can't stand you.
So we are going to be... our date is Friday, December 27th. We're going to make this post on Instagram as well, but wanted to put it here. I'll put it on our YouTube community tab too.
Yeah,
so everybody
that's
can
a good
see.
idea.
But Friday, December 27th at 7 p.m., if you go to Long Island Yarn and Farm's website, which is down the bottom there, and we'll have that linked. There'll be a link to the free Zoom, the Zoom link will be there.
Yep.
It's free. They're also doing a ton of giveaways only during these live events. So there are 12 days of them. Again, I'll post this on the YouTube
I shared it in our stories already.
thing. Okay, fantastic.
Too.
So on all of those days, there's going to be like giveaways and all of that lovely things. So look forward to that. We're really excited about.
Yeah, so we will be on next Friday.
Yes.
The 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It lasts for, an hour. It may run a little bit over. And then who knows what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
they are going to record the conversations and post it up on YouTube. So when we get all that information afterwards, we'll post that. But nightly giveaways for participants joining live throughout the week. There are new drops happening. We'll have all of this linked down below. But I think it's really exciting. And it's really nice because we really need to get out there, to visit the farm.
I know. We keep trying to figure out.
We need to put something on the calendar for sure.
And then I think the last thing we have to talk about is we have a new coupon code available to y'all from Blackbird Sycamore, who, just FYI, their shop's currently on break because they have a trunk show this weekend. But we will have their Etsy shop link below. Mm-hmm. This is from Stephanie, and the code is NATR15, and that will get you 15% off any order over $25.
Oh my gosh, that's huge.
The code does not expire, so we will add that to our Google Doc, which is down below with all of our coupon codes.
Thank you so much. That was so generous.
All right. I believe that's the admin-y stuff.
That was a lot, yeah?
Talk about FOs and whips and breaking the bank and
I think that's
owl
it.
post. We have 2 owl posts.
Yes.
Kind of.
Okay.
All right. So I have 1 FO and I'm going to say we'll say 3-ish whips.
Okay. I have 3 FOs and 3 whips.
Okay. So then you go.
Okay. I will show this because you've seen it already. I just had to finish it up. This is my emotional support chicken for our niece.
The eyes are a good size.
It's a good size.
Yeah.
I am super happy with the colors and the yarn that I chose. It is extremely squishy and soft. I took the advice and added 2 wattles, and obviously the 1 comb for the chicken. I think it looks cute with the 2 wattles, and apparently chickens have 2 wattles.
Nice.
Let's see. What did I?
So this is a pattern by Knitting Tree LA.
Thank you so much.
So there is also a crochet version of the pattern.
Yes.
If you go to Knitting Tree LA's website, they also have kits which are very cleverly named.
Very clever.
Which is what sucked us in
Yes.
and how we got into knitting chickens.
Yes.
So that's not it.
It's not?
Nope. That's for the other thing.
Oh, I was going to say, because that's a really nice yarn. The yarn that I used... is this here, And how do I not have...
It is...
found it. Okay. We'll have this link down below, but it's the Skaha One Skein Scarf and Hat bundle by Trendsetter Yarn Group. It was a gigantic... basically, it was considered a kit, right? Because you can make a hat and yarn, you know? And there was like a pattern or whatever. But I just used it for the chicken. And it has as you can see, it was a really nice, like some color blocking and things like that in there. I did pull out a few balls of it just so that I can get the colors that I wanted, you know, where I wanted them. But I really love how it turned out.
Yeah, that's a fun way to use a yarn like that in a worsted.
Yeah, I thought it was great. And then I had some leftover yellow and red yarn, so I was able to do the wattles and the comb. It's such a fun pattern. For me, I find it so relaxing. It's all short rows. Skylar really wants our attention. I do know that some people do struggle with the way that the pattern was originally written. But for me, it makes a lot of sense. Just, you know, and I love the short rows in it. It's, I find it so therapeutic. I just don't like seaming in general. But I think I did a pretty decent job.
Yeah, I think your seams look great.
Yeah, thank you. There's one piece of yarn under the neck that I can't stand. You can see a little piece of the yellow.
Well, that's fine.
Because when I sewed this up, I used the yellow to kind of take care of it, the seam at the neck. But who cares? You know, I think really I hope Reese will like this.
She will. Because
she did ask for a stuffy, and we both have, like, we sleep with our chickens. I know that sounds terrible, but we snuggle with them every night.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be cute for her to have one as well. And I think she's so cute.
I know. Yeah, no, I snuggle with mine instead of a pillow. I'm curious to see if she
comes up with a name for it. I would love for her to come up with a clever name for it. So I didn't want to name it, but that's the chicken.
And
this yarn was great to work with, by the way.
All of our FOs are Christmas gifts, by the way.
Oh yeah, these are all. Yeah, we have 7 nieces and nephews that we knit for every year.
Yes.
So this is one of Reese's gifts.
Okay.
I think that's all. I used the recommended needles. I didn't measure gauge.
And the eyes you bought from Amazon, just a package of a bunch of safety eyes.
I bought a whole bunch of different safety eyes.
Came in different sizes.
Yeah, they were like $9. There's a bunch of different sizes.
All right.
Yeah. I won't link that down below. I just searched for it and I just chose some random thing, so I have no idea even what the brand is, to be honest. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Keep going.
The next thing, I may have shown this. I think I did. I showed the cast on of this. This is the Ajax hat. And this is for our nephew Patrick, who is in high school. Just started high school. He's a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
So kind of wanted a like a hat that a high schooler would wear. Kind of not like
a more sophisticated hat. Because we've done, like, I've actually given him a hatch hat before, which is what I'm wearing. By the way, I'm wearing a hatch hat knit out of Brooklyn Tweed Arbor. This is a pattern by Emily Green from Brooklyn Tweed. It is my go-to hat pattern. So he got one of these either last year or the year before. Mm-hmm. He's received last year he got fingerless mitts.
Yeah.
He got this the year before that. The year before that, he got a musselburgh. So, yeah, so we thought it was time to, like, kind of upgrade the hat.
So this is the Ajax hat by Baron Designs.
He is Lemon Tree Forge on Instagram, I believe.
Okay, if you can find that would be great. This is the Ajax hat. It's really cool because you can see all, like, the reflection. There's Skylar's cage. You see the reflection. This is like all twisted stitches, which is really neat. I haven't blocked this one yet, but I don't think it really needs it that much. I think it's stunning. I really think that this is a beautiful pattern. I think the hat fits very well.
Yeah.
I love it. I will definitely make one, I think, for myself. It did take a little bit just because of I just took my time with the, what's the word? With the twisted stitches. I wonder how it would look with a folded brim.
So yes, this is Lemon. The designer's name is Steven. Oh, he is Lemon Tree Forge on Insta.
Yeah. This is I believe the second size in the pattern. Let me just make sure. Because there were 4 different sizes, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes. This is the second size in the pattern. So it fits a head circumference of 19 to 21 inches. My head is just about 21 inches. And I would think that, Patrick is probably about the same. I used Madeline Tosh Farm Twist DK, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Madeline Tosh Farm Twist. Whoa, that was cool, huh?
So cool.
So cool. In the colorway is Dubrovnik. You got it. Dubrovnik.
It's actually really funny.
Dubrovnik?
Somebody left a comment asking, saying maybe this was a town. And
sounds like
they
it.
typed it, and I really, at the time, I had no idea. I was like, why would we say that word? And now I know.
Now you know. This is where it came from. So, again, there is a complementary mitt pattern
Yes.
for this as well. But honestly, I think this looks stunning. I really do. I'm very...
These are the mitts.
Yeah. I'm really, really happy with this. You don't use a cable needle. It really is just twisted stitches in a way that I've never done before.
We initially saw it because Hope from Hope Made Yarn
Yeah.
Co. had a sample. No, she was wearing one at Vogue Knitting Live last year, or something like that, or she was knitting one at her and Keisha's trunk show at Skane.
Yeah.
So that's why we.
It's hard to see because the light is kind of blowing it out a little bit, but the crown detail, like the crown decreases, were really clever.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
Nice.
It's really cool. Yeah. I know. I wish, but you can kind of see it there.
Right.
But the light is kind of blowing things out just a little bit because we have a window here too, so it might be messing with the lighting, but I think it looks okay.
And we have a white door behind us, which...
Oh, true. That might be adding some. So anyway, this is the Ajax hat. It really did not take me long to do. I followed the pattern exactly. I did your choice of cast on. So I just did a German twisted cast on, which I think looks fantastic.
Yep.
In this, but it's a 1x1 rib. So I think if I were to do one, I would probably do the
Italian?
Tubular, or Italian, tubular cast on.
Yeah.
But I think because with a brim, with a 1x1 brim, I think the tubular cast on looks really finished when you roll it up. But this actually looks pretty good too.
Yeah, I think the German
twisted cast on looks pretty good.
Has a nice finishing look to it. So
yep. So we will be giving that to Patrick. I don't know if I'm going to block this, to be honest with you. I might just give it to him like this because I think it still feels like really squishy and nice. This is all I have left. I don't know how much this is, but we'll see. Could always add it to the stash. It's always nice to have some leftover DK because you never know. So I think that's really all I have to say about that.
Very nice.
Dubrovnik? I don't know. Dubrovnik? I can't. Those are my 2. I have one more.
I have one. I was just I had the yarn tags right there, and I don't know where they are.
There's a yarn tag right there.
That's for the other one. That's okay. So
you'll find it as soon as we're done recording.
I know. I finished our niece Emma's sweater, so I finished her love note.
Oh, it's so good.
Again, this will be the third one between the two of us that we've knit this year.
Mm-hmm.
So this is from Tin Can Knits. I held 2 fingering weight yarns double. I had just finished this last night, so it's not blocked. I used a gray, which was Bob's Garage by Trilogy Yarn, which was a cashmere nylon merino, superwash merino blend. And then I held this yarn, which I don't remember the name, but it's Lolo Did It in her 8515 superwash nylon base. I ran out of yarn. I had to rip back a sleeve. So the sleeves are supposed to be 8.5 inches from cast on before you do a quick decrease round and start your ribbing. I knew I was running low on the Bob's Garage, so I finished sleeve 1 at like 6 to 6.5 inches and then bound off. Started knitting sleeve 2, and I got down to the point where it was like 2.59 grams of yarn left, and I only had about 5 inches of the sleeve knit.
Yep.
So I did not do the decreases. I just did 3 rounds of the ribbing, bound off using a sewn bind off. I used the recommended needle sizes this time. I did use a US 10 and a US 7. I knit the 8 to 10-year-old size. And to make sure also I had at least a decent amount of yarn for the sleeve, I knit the body, bound off. Again, I did a sewn bind off, which probably could have saved me some yarn if I didn't.
Probably, but it looks nice.
Prior to doing the sleeves, I picked up for the neckline and bound off, so that all I had to worry about. But I think it will be a cute little short sleeve number for her.
Yes, me too. And she has a black one as well.
No, this is Emma's.
Oh, that's Emma's. Yeah.
This is Emma's. Yeah, Reese's is the oversized one.
Right.
So yeah, it's a quick pattern though. It's actually really, really quick. You're, fingering held double on US 10s. The lace is, for this size, was a 20 rows. So really, really quick. You get in a really great flow with it. Let's see if I can I don't know if you'll be here's the pattern. I think it was Judy.
It's going to be very
at
cute.
Skane. She said, from seeing us do these love notes, she ended up knitting one for her daughter.
That's
for
really
the holidays.
sweet.
Yes.
They are quick.
They are very, very,
very quick.
And
I know that you probably... Did you say that it's meant for fingering and a mohair held together?
yeah.
Usually, but I don't think we've never done that.
Or DK. Or if you just have some DK
That's
weight,
what I did.
you could use DK weight to do this.
Yeah.
So, really great, quick pattern. So, there is one more Christmas gift done.
Yeah, that's great. It's really pretty. The colors together are really, really nice.
Yeah. This is what I had left of Bob's Garage.
Yeah.
After binding off the second sleeve.
Fantastic.
Boom. All right.
Boom.
You got the last
okay,
FO?
last FO is was a request from our nephew who loves Star Wars. And this is out of our Knitting the Galaxy. What the hell was that? Knitting the Galaxy Star Wars book by Tanis Gray. It's a really cool book with a lot of really, really interesting patterns. And I know that we've talked about this before, but I made the Porg. And these are from the island, the Jedi island that Luke is on. Those little cute porgs.
They're adorable.
They're adorable. Absolutely adorable. So here is my version.
It's cute.
It's cute, right? He's got his wings, the little legs with the toes. Let me tell you, these toes were very difficult. Not difficult. I've never done anything like that. Fiddly. Thank you. They were very fiddly. I did the small circumference knitting on I did this whole thing magic loop. because like you do a lot of like I'm just not confident still in my DPN
I
game.
No, I would do Magic Loop as well.
But I think he's very, very cute. The eyes in the so I did change two things in the pattern. The first are the eyes. I changed those in two ways. One, the pattern calls for you to have a felted circle a little bit larger than the eye.
Okay.
Because the actual picture of the porg has kind of like the eyelid almost is surrounding the eye. I'm wondering if I can find a picture of it. So I omitted that because, and then it's just one solid black eye. I did not have a solid black. He has a little bit of a, like a thing around the eye, iris, whatever it is. So I thought that would satisfy having the, like that extra little circle behind it.
So here's...
Yeah, so do you see that like little, like the eyelid kind of around it?
Yeah.
So I thought that still kind of gives you the same effect. You know?
I think it's fine.
Yeah. And then the second thing that I omitted, or that I changed, was I omitted the tail. There's a little tail, I guess,
Really?
that comes off. I've never seen it in any of the pictures of these porgs, and I think that he looks cute without the tail. Just like a ball of fun. So yeah. So this is the porg. This is just fingering weight yarn.
No. It's worsted.
Nope. The
that. I see.
This. Yeah. The main yarn that I used was Uptown worsted in 3 different colors, which we have a ton of this left over. I had this. Oh, jeez Louise. The main body color here. And this is Uptown worsted. I will say they tout this as like anti-pilling, which is going to be really nice. It's super soft, which I have no idea how it's anti-pilling. But is this all acrylic? 100% anti-pilling acrylic. So it is super soft. It was really great to work with. Occasionally, I had a little bit of some splitting with the yarn. But the needle, the gauge is a little bit tighter anyway because it's a stuffy. You want to make sure that the stuffing doesn't come out. But this is 3.5 ounces per 100 grams, so it's about 180 yards. And this color is not listed. Color 321. Oh, chocolate brown. They actually have a name to it.
Yeah.
So chocolate brown is number 1. The legs are this orangey color, which is called pumpkin. Right? Oh, look, that's a little stitch marker. We got these from Skane.
Yeah, I think we bought them when we went for Max and Vincent's meetup.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And then this one is white. It's called White Glow.
White Glow.
White Glow. So those are with those 3 colors combined. And then the little like mouth and like nostrils on the top there are just scraps from Kevin's sweater.
It's Bob's garage.
Because I finished this last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the wings are really cute.
Yeah. No, it's great.
He's cute.
Yeah.
I think
Dominic's
he's cute.
gonna love it.
I hope so. So that's my last FO.
Okay. So we are on. You know what? I think I'll throw. Should I throw that into like FOs or
Sure.
whips? Would you say?
I mean, you finished them. What else do you have to do to them?
Nothing. All right. So here we're gonna.
Well, there you have it, folks.
We'll talk a little dyeing real quick.
That sounds great. You know, I'm getting a little hungry.
This is what we do. That's not what I want. I want to.
We have to take Reese to dance. We have to get our haircuts and then take Reese.
Yeah, we have haircuts and then Reese. So I've been doing a lot of like testing dyeing because I'm back in. I'm taking the level 2 of the Color Alchemy Masterclass by Alana Wilcox. If you guys have been here for a while, I took the class last year, maybe either last year or the year before. I think it was last year. The level 1. The whole point of the class or the purpose of it is that if you see an image online or in a book or something like that, that you can get it's called a hex color code. So those are the hex color for digital images, and try to replicate that code. So in this updated class that I'm taking, it's stepping outside of the colors that are used to print pictures.
I think this is so fascinating.
Cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Right? So I have a formula that I use with those 4 colors to make up a lot of the tonals that I do. But this is taking a step outside and using other combinations of colors to still try to get that and make it a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but easier. And this is supposed to help shorten the process of getting the color that you want. So here's a really good example of a picture that I have and the dyeing process. Oops, let's move this. Oops, undo. Okay. So the image in the top left is what I was going for. Here's all the minis, and these are just different combinations of the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. These are the bobbins, which I store them in. And then all the recipes are written down, so if I ever want to go back to them, I can. But in our most recent assignment, one of the issues sometimes is getting some neutrals. So we were to attempt to get these colors. So yesterday I attempted that with a little and you can see like this is supposed to be that color. It's not very yellow. So that just needs to get adjusted. But here's...
Do you want me to hold this up while you hold up the other colors?
I'm trying to see.
Does that make
but
sense?
This is kind of what all the minis look like. I'm not going to go through each one.
Oh.
But...
I think it's really neat how,
But these are I did 10 because I also know that my black dye can be a little weak. So on some of the colors where they were where they were a little darker, I automatically just adjusted the levels of black in it. This one, I really like this one.
I do too.
Which, I think it's that one, right? It is, but it's not what it's supposed to look like. But it's
close.
Nice. Where's a
nice.
brown in here too? Somewhere. Well, maybe is this brown? Yeah, I actually don't hate this one either.
No, I love it. What do you mean you don't? I don't hate any of them. You hate some of them? They're really nice.
This
They're
one...
pretty. The blues are my absolute favorites.
So it was... Is this the... Oh, yeah, this one was cool, I think. I want to show these two. Okay. So, I knew... This one, right? Okay. So, I knew that this middle color here, it's like a... I don't want you, Sari. It's like a very gray purple in person. So I knew that trying my normal recipe, I knew that it was going to be too light because I knew that the black wasn't strong enough. But then let's say I used 25% of my black dye stock. I did it with 100%. And this, to me, is actually really close to what that color was supposed to be. And the same thing with these two. There's a color in there called charcoal, which obviously is gray, but it has some blue, purpley undertones to it. And I knew that my black, again, wasn't strong enough, so this was at a 25% strength for the black, roughly. And then this was it at 100% of black with the additional
those are
colors.
So pretty together,
and this matches that charcoal color pretty well.
This one is so pretty too.
It's
these three together, I really love them.
Oh yeah,
I love them.
Yeah, this is actually a really nice blue. I was happy with it. When I looked at it in the mason jars, it was really heavy on the magenta until you add the acid, which is the fun thing about dyeing is you can't tell what the color is going to be until you've added the acid, all the dye's been absorbed, and you've washed and dried it.
Right.
It's so, like, it can be so disheartening when you put a skein in and you're like, that's not what I was going for, but you know that you can't actually, that's not what it's going to be. The way that colors change with heat and acid is really, really cool.
Yeah.
But
come on. Let's see what it does.
So yeah, so that's I've been doing a lot of that lately.
Come here.
So moving on to whips. I have 3, but I'm going to go through 2 quickly because they are just swatches.
I know you want to.
So I'm swatching for 2 sweaters. I'm like, no. Good notes. One of my swatches I got...
Oh, he's trying. Come on.
One of my swatches I actually hit gauge. The other I did not. Where's my other sweater?
That's a really pretty one.
Patterns.
I can't wait for that.
Sweaters. Oh, maybe I didn't download it to Ravelry or to GoodNotes yet.
I know. Come on.
All right, so the first one, and I got gauge with this, is the Redford by Julie Hoover. It is a Brooklyn tweed pattern.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be very like sweatshirty feel. It's got that little sweatshirt detail up by the collar.
The model is very nice.
So I have the yarn from Michael and Upland Fiber Co., which I actually didn't... So this is some yarn that Michael sent to us a while ago. This is his core fingering.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
In the colorway steel. So this is 50% American Cormo, 50% American Corridale. Here is my swatch. It's really, really nice fabric.
It's so... It creates such a beautiful fabric. This yarn is absolutely stunning.
The pattern calls for a US 4, a 3.5 millimeter, and a US 3, 3.25. So I did my swatch on a 4, and my gauge is supposed to be 23 stitches over 4 inches, which I hit. I don't typically measure row gauge because the only part that would actually really affect is where your armholes are. Like, you can adjust the length of the sweater just fine. So I had that, so that's good. So that is good to cast on in the new year.
What was the color with that again? I'm so sorry.
Steel.
Steel, right. Okay.
And then the other swatch that I did is for the Sandport sweater by Isolde Teague. I had watched her podcast and she had talked about this sweater and the construction, and I just thought it was really cool because it is a raglan, but it's a very different raglan, and it's a drop shoulder. So I was like, I want to try this. It is a DK weight sweater. It comes in 2 different, I'll say technically 4 versions. You have view A and view B, but each one you have a regular and a tall, which tall would generally be for a more masculine form. So I am doing view B. The yarn that I'm going to use for this is Patagonia, which...
I'm excited to see how this knits up. Have you ever knit with Patagonia before?
No, but Justine and Lori rave about it. So
yeah.
I'm using these 2 colors. This brown is going to be my main color, which is called Mahogany. And this is going to be my stripes, which is Pearl. Patagonia is a 100% organic merino from Juniper Moon Farm. And it is 3.5 ounces or 100 grams for 382 yards. So I got this at Skein this past weekend because we have gift cards.
He's
He
really
wants
trying.
to.
I know.
We had gift cards, so I was like, "Oh, let's use the gift cards." And I got this and did my swatch. Here's my swatch of the brown. It's actually a really very nice fabric. It's very loose.
Yeah.
I did not meet gauge on this. I was supposed to hit 20.
See this?
Yeah. My gauge is supposed to be 22 stitches over
very
4 inches.
Airy, like light and airy.
My gauge is 19, so I need to go down a needle size, which is interesting that my needle size is going to be the same size as the fingering sweater. So,
but this yarn is definitely airier. You can even see, see through it a little bit more.
Yeah, this
is a tighter gauge.
It is a tighter gauge. So I'm just going to go down a needle size and see what I get.
Especially that it's so light.
Yeah.
This is stunning. Wow.
Yeah, they're
nice.
both things. And then I'm going to do my last whip.
This is so soft.
Because those aren't really whips, but they're kind of whips. So the only other thing
I still have like 4 whips
I worked on are my Advent socks from Woolens and Osh.
Mm-hmm.
They have kind of been put on the back burner because of Christmas knitting. So I'm going to show these. If you don't want to see them, just look away.
Yeah.
Because the stripe sequence is different for everyone. And I picked up these other needle at Skein the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the first weekend that we were there. So I am only on stripe 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 on one and like 13 on the other.
Okay.
So here they are.
Sky, come on. It's beautiful.
It is. And I'm going to go through all 24 stripes and then I'm going to determine where I put my heel. After I do all stripes and put the toe in.
Yeah.
So this is the furthest that I've got. I did a German twisted cast on, 64 stitches, 16 rows of a 1x1 twisted rib, and then I'm just knitting in the round on Chowgu red lace 32-inch cord needles, and it's a US 1.25 millimeter needle.
2.25.
2.25 millimeter needle. And that's all my whips.
I will stay on that theme with the Woolens and Nosh. If you're still looking away, continue to look away, because I just put in my 24th stripe today. I'm moving a little bit. I moved ahead by a few days just because I had to pivot with this project. Last time I chatted about this, I got the DK version of this, and I kind of couldn't figure out why it looked so wide, but I followed the pattern or the recommendations for like the large foot size, which is typically what I do for my fingering weight socks. So on my fingering weight socks, I always knit the 72 stitch variant because my feet are on the larger side. So I stuck with the numbers for the large size of the DK socks. And I was using the vanilla DK sock pattern from K Litton. And it's a free pattern. Hey, bud. Sorry. I just held up my phone and freaked him out. It's a free pattern. And I couldn't figure it out. And then when we were in Rhode Island last weekend, I kind of was talking to the group, and I think it was Justine who said, like, those really do look so large. And at dinner, I brought my socks to work on these Advent socks as well as a fingering weight pair, and kind of held them up against each other for width to see like if there was a difference, and there was a big difference. So I couldn't figure out really what it was. And then I measured my foot when we got back to the hotel, the circumference of my foot, because if you've not knit socks before and you're confused about the size of socks and what to cast on, it doesn't matter the length of your foot. What really, with sock knitting, you want to look at the circumference of your foot. So if this is your foot, you want to measure the widest part of the circumference of your foot and base your stitch count on the circumference. So I measured my foot, and it's about 10 3/4 inches circumference, which is typically large. And so I went back to this pattern because Kay does put about how sizing works in the pattern, and about the circumference, and recommended a size that would allow 1 to 2 inches of negative ease. Now, I just have been knitting fingering weight socks for so long that I just know that 72 stitches on with my gauge and my needle size fits my foot very well. It gives me the negative ease that I like. But again, not all things are created equal. So for the large version of this pattern, it says to fit a foot circumference of 10 to 11 inches. So using my foot circumference, which is 10 3/4 inches, and with her recommendation of giving yourself 1 to 2 inches of negative ease, I really should have gone down to that medium size to give me the fit that I wanted. So hopefully that made sense. So I needed to pivot because I was not pulling out, I think I was on 15 days. I was not pulling out the sock to start again because I knew it would just sit on a shelf and I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I pivoted, decided to turn these socks into mittens or mitts, fingerless mitts. And so that's what I did. So I'm going to hold it up and show you where I am. I am at 24 stripes on one sock and 18 stripes on another sock. So I'm just going to, or mitten. So I'm just going to show you kind of what I have so far. So these are all of the colors. If you haven't gotten there yet, sorry, but it is what it is because everybody's starting at a different point, and you're going to be surprised no matter what I hold up. So these are all 24 colors. It's really pretty. So you can see that this is where I was going to start, but look how wide that is. Actually, I can show you what I was talking about when I was trying to show the difference. This is another whip of mine, and I can talk about it here as well because I've been talking about this for a while. This is the just a vanilla sock on the collaboration between Le Garçon and Woolens and Nosh for their season of socks, and this is the autumn one or the fall one. So the only thing that I did since I think was I completed my toe and then I cut in for my heel. So then I'll have one sock completed, but the width of them is different. So I'm off by almost an inch width. So I knew that was not going to work for me.
Yeah.
So anyway, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but thanks for following along. So this is what I have so far. I actually love them as a fingerless mitt. I think it's really great. It's like a slouchy fingerless mitt.
They're great.
Yeah, they're fantastic. So what I did was I got to the two last stripes here, and I started my ribbing, and then I'm going to probably do about another inch, maybe 2, of ribbing in the dark to kind of fold them over. I think that works. I wanted to make sure that you can see all of the colors there. So these are all of the colors. Here, I loosely took some guidance from the fire pit mitts, just with like how to do the gusset, just because it's a very simple pattern, and so I just started here right before this stripe and built out my gusset to I think 14 stitches. I'm gonna add 2 more stitches in between both, so I'll have a total of 18 stitches to go around my my thumb. before I build in my my ribbing there. But I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, I think they'll look great as mitts.
But I think that my socks look. And can you hold up yours? They're just. It's the same order.
No.
Well, yeah, you're just starting at a different spot.
Right.
But I think they almost look like two different socks.
Mine should go like this, I think. No.
Yeah, isn't it weird?
This way. Mine start there.
No.
Yeah. The green right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting how that goes. So this is one mitt, all the numbers, and then just to prove that I'm not fibbing. Here's my second one at day 18. I had just separated or put my stitches on hold for the thumb, and then joined in the round and knit like 2 rows.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's that. And also, just as an FYI, and it probably did say, it's one complete color sequence for the DK, and that's it. So the end of the yarn, this is the end here of what's in that bag. There was no other yarn. I didn't think I would have enough to go around one more row, so I just stopped where I was just so I can start fresh with the black. Mm-hmm. I think that's all I really have to say about that.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks. And then the only other thing that I need to say about the other socks that I just showed, just as a reminder, I did a German twisted cast on 1x1 twisted rib. I'm going to do the heel in the contrast color as well. I still have this much left from the 50 gram, or from the skein. What I did was I separated the 2 skeins of yarn and the minis that came along with it. And so I have this is just for this sock, and then I have the other one for the other sock. And this is what I have left over here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and I did this again, like I said, on 9-inch circular needles for the body of the sock and the ribbing. 2.25 millimeter US 1. And then for the toe and the heels, I switched to magic loop. It's just easier for me to do magic loop for those. And yeah, I literally just cut. I just made the cut. Oh, the sun is starting to come in.
Yeah, you did that while we were in Rhode Island.
While we were in Rhode Island, yeah. Probably after the tequila.
Yes, I actually think
Which I had no business doing that, but
I actually think that's correct.
Yep. So that's going to be that'll be done really soon, and then I'll start on my second one. Be nice to kind of get back to
some knitting for ourselves.
Some knitting for ourselves, and you know what? Honestly, I only have one more now that I'm looking at this.
Oh, good.
And it's a small one.
I know. I don't know what this is.
It's just started, basically. This is going into what Kevin was talking about when he did his swatch with his core fingering. We had gotten these, like he said, a while ago, and so we thought it would be a really cool idea to cast on or do our swatches and stuff while Michael was having his trunk show at Skein.
Oh, that's right. We did it at Skein.
We did it at Skein. So I am using my sweater's quantity of core fingering in the colorway Glacier. It's a really beautiful blue. I think it's going to be stunning. I had a couple of different ideas of what sweater I wanted to do. This yarn is beautiful in texture and cables, lace. But when I was swatching, I swatched in the car, I think on the ride up there.
Yes.
And then I realized that, you know what? I just love how it looks in stockinette as well. It was just, and you can see even your swatch, it just looks like sophisticated and very professional. The stitches are very even in this. So I decided that I'm going to do another So Basic by Maxim Cyr, but I'm going to modify it a little bit. I love the fit, so I'm going to use that pattern as a guide for my sizing, and use my notes from my first one as kind of like a guide. Oh, that's the old-fashioned. My sweater a lot of my sweaters are either Max or
Bare Naked.
Bare Naked Wools. Those are my favorites. This is the So Basic sweater. You've seen this probably everywhere. It's a very simple. Wow, you really.
It's so basic.
It's so basic.
It's a basic
for my
sweater.
basic bay. What I'm gonna do, because my favorite collar I have 2 sweaters I think with a folded collar, and they seem to fit me very well. That's no like must like, oh gosh, am I gonna stretch this out? I just love how it looks on me as well. And this collar, the first one I did was a provisional cast. No,
it's just a tubular cast on.
Tubular cast on.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't think I did it tight enough, so it's starting to just kind of like expand a little bit.
I was thinking, why don't you just reblock it?
Yeah, no, I certainly will. No, I still can wear it. So I wore it the other day to work, which was nice because I think it's a beautiful. It's a beautiful sweater, but I wanted to kind of try it in this yarn and with the folded collar. So that's what I'm gonna do. I just cast on while we were there, and started my ribbing. I'm using the House of Diamonds sweater, which is a British DK sweater from Maxim Cyr, or using their yarn, and that's got a folded collar. So I'm using the same technique with the ribbing as well as the technique to kind of pick up the stitches and do the folded collar. But here's what I have so far. Not much. I'm gonna do probably maybe a little bit more. I wanted like an inch. I wanted a collar kind of like that.
Okay.
I think that would look nice. So I'm actually almost there. Just a nice simple, a little bit more.
Yeah.
But nice. I don't want it to be like super long because I'm gonna follow the rest of the pattern to do the short.
How
rows
long's
and
the
stuff.
ribbing in the actual pattern for So Basic?
I believe it's like an inch and a half.
Oh, so then yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm shooting for, because I'm gonna do the everything else, like the short rows. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the sleeve detail on there. It's like a 7x1 rib or something like that on the sleeve, but who knows? We'll see when I get there. I just want to see how long, because that's
It is a provisional cast on. No,
it's tubular.
it's tubular with the. That's right, with the waist yarn.
Yeah, it's tubular. Oh, the collar 1 inch.
Oh, okay. So you're almost there.
So I'm almost there. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll do the 1 inch collar, but this yarn is really, it's really wonderful to work with. And I just did a long tail cast on. I didn't even do like a German twisted because it's going to be folded up anyway. So that. But I think this would be a nice color for me.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, speaking of, I'm wearing. We didn't talk about it. I'm wearing the Brioche Adventure Wrap by Jonathan Tallow. It's one of my go-to favorite like shawls. It's not big. You can wear it different ways and under a jacket or whatever. This was knit with the Yarn Cafe Creations and Dragon Horde Yarn mother-daughter team.
Yep.
And using their advent from like 2 years ago. It was the Harry Potter Year 5 advent. So I love this.
Yeah, it's more like a scarf than a shawl.
It is. And it's the width doesn't grow. It stays the same width. You're just adding more length to it if you wanted to.
Yeah, because you knit on the bias.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah, you knit like this, and the stitch count doesn't change, so that makes it a lot easier to kind of keep track. But I love this.
All right.
Okay, I think that's all of
the knitting. So let's go into Owl Post. We have 2.
Yeah, this was again from our friend Judy,
and then
this was really sweet. Well, with the there was a raffle at the Skein Yarn Shop for the holiday party. We all kind of got raffle tickets, and our friend Judy won this book. And then because we didn't have it, she gifted it to us. So it was really sweet. This is the worsted book by Amy from La Bien Aimée. It's a beautiful book with a lot of different patterns, and color work. And
I bet they're all worsted.
It really, wow, no way. How did you guess that? You're so smart. But it's really. Oh, I mean, the yesteryear's pattern is in here. Max's pattern is here, which is really cool. It's a lovely book. Absolutely lovely book. And that was really, really sweet of you to gift that to us. So thank you so much if you're watching.
This was a really lovely gift that we received in the mail. We actually have another one that we're not going to show because we've been eating it. But we got a really great package of some peanut brittle and like a homemade Chex Mix and a granola mix, and it's delicious. That person is fantastic. We were so happy when we got it.
I could not believe it.
And we
got it 2 years ago, and it was like amazing.
Yeah, we've been eating a lot of peanut brittle. Okay, and then this one.
Trying to make it last. I kind of want some right now.
I know. I'm quite hungry. So this came from our friend Rachel, who we've got to get to know over the years at Pick Up Every Stitch. But this is fantastic. This is a Rowan pattern book, and all of the patterns in here are shown on nails.
Yeah.
There are 16. So, number one, that sweater vest is fantastic. So you have a bunch of sweaters, and so let's see, all sweaters, 3 scarves, 2 hats, and 2 cowls. So this is called Union.
But I wonder if that pattern was like 2 different sweaters. So I wonder if there was the one that opened it up. These 2.
I think it's the same sweater, but you have the option of putting
some color work in there and stuff.
Boston Terrier on it.
That's cute
because it's right here in the back.
Yeah, that's very cute.
Here's a really nice long jacket. Yeah. It looks like so really, really great if you are looking to gift something or need some ideas. Martin Story's a really good designer to look at even on Ravelry. He has a lot of great patterns out there. But that I'm gonna actually pull up the vest, because the vest I saw and I was like, oh boy,
that's a really beautiful cardigan.
Yeah, it's a hooded cardigan.
What?
Wait, it's a hooded cardigan. It's kind of got bathrobe-y feel to it.
Yeah, we love our bathrobes.
Where's the vest? Because I saw Amos. Look at this vest.
Yeah,
the vest is stunning.
It is stunning. It's gorgeous.
So, thank you very much, Rachel.
Yeah, that was really, really sweet of you.
And then the last is Breaking the Bank, and that's all me.
I broke a little.
You broke a little. I did a lot, but mine's been in 3 different trips, and I technically only bought one of them because the others were gift cards.
Yeah. Listen, there's no judgment.
Okay. So first purchase was back when we were at Pick Up Every Stitch for the Socks for Sam event.
Do you hear him talking?
Yeah, this is his comfortable talk. So I saw this pattern, and I knew that Pick Up Every Stitch carried Julie Aslan yarn. So when we got there, I asked if they had this. They didn't have a lot, but they showed some colors. This is a pattern by Alicia Plummer. It's called Justin's Flannel. It is an Aran Weight sweater. It's textured. I saw it, and I was like, oh, this is a great... let's see if you can see this texture a little bit better. So here's the texture on it. So it is a raglan. This uses the Julie Aslan Nurtured, which is Aran Weight, and it is Rambouillet, Targhee, and Merino. So I purchased the color Orion, which is this like a steely blue gray. So this came, I think, last weekend or the weekend before.
It's a really great color.
So that is for this sweater. And then I also purchased at week 1 at Skein
Week 1
was this Patagonia, which is for another sweater pattern by Isolde Teague. Okay. So this I purchased just a very light gray of the Patagonia Organic Merino to do the Any Day Sweater by Isolde Teague. This again, I think, is a combo of a drop shoulder and a raglan. So again, another sweatshirty type of sweater. I really want to focus on some sweater knitting in the new year. I realized that I don't have a lot of sweaters that I've knit that I wear. I have 4 mainly that I wear, we'll say, out of the house. And I do enjoy knitting sweaters. So I like a DK weight sweater, and I wanted more with a sweatshirty feel and not like I wanted more everyday sweaters, if that makes sense. So that is my plan, is to do like these 3 sweaters are the ones that or 4 that I've shown today are like the ones that I would like to complete first in the new year. So that was Skein weekend 1, and then weekend 2 was the Patagonia and the Mahogany and Patagonia and the Pearl. And that is that. And I thought what will be really good is with the Isolde Teague patterns is because I'm already swatching with the Patagonia for the 1, I shouldn't have to swatch for the second one because I would already know my gauge, you know? So I'm hoping, I'm actually going to look right now as we're talking about this, it's the same gauge, 22 stitches. So
that's great.
With the same needles, so if I can get my gauge with the US 4s at 22 stitches, then I won't have to gauge swatch for the second sweater. And that's my purchases.
All right. I made only one while we were there at the trunk show last weekend.
I lied, but mine goes with yours.
Yeah. So, Michael, if you haven't had the pleasure to go to one of his trunk shows, I think it's very, very well done. He's got binders of patterns along with the QR code to, take you to the Ravelry page. He's got a ton of different samples. And one of the samples that he brought with them was called the Simple Dimple, which, number one, the name is fantastic. And it's by Maria Matvieva. It's from Lena Magazine, issue 13. So it is a beautiful textured triangular shawl. It's a really good size, and it wears very, very well. I'm trying to find a pattern, a good picture of like the texture.
Let's see if,
So, and it's one color, 3 skeins of that one color in worsted, I believe. No, fingering weight. Here's the shape of it. Very simple triangular shape. And then when you get closer, you can really see the picture's not really doing a great job, but there's a lot. It's like a really cool, like hash mark kind of texture.
Yeah, the sample was beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous.
And a bunch of people at the shop were like, "Oh, we're making one."
Yeah, so we're of course jumping on that train.
Yeah,
and it was nice to support Michael. So we each got our colors, which I think these actually go
together would be beautiful.
So nice together. But my color is pewter,
and mine is mariner.
Yeah. So this is it's a very neutral, but it's got like a like bluish undertone almost.
No, you grayish. That's gray.
Yeah.
It's a very silvery gray.
It's really really pretty, and I think that's going to help the texture really stand out.
Wasn't it in that?
No, it was in
color, or was it in like a natural?
It was in the natural,
Natural.
which is what I did my fingering weight hat, the Eno hat.
Yep.
In. And that's really all. That's all I bought while we were there. I still have a gift card to burn while we're there.
I still have some
time.
of my gift card left.
So I just, honestly, I think what happened for me was that I was feeling very overwhelmed with the amount of projects that I had still felt like I needed to do. And then the plans that I have already for the year, and like a ton of sweaters, quantities of yarn that I really want to get to, that I felt like I just, even though everything was beautiful, I just couldn't, I couldn't buy anything more.
You do have a lot of sweaters quantities. Yeah. I think outside of like what I just purchased this last, we'll say like 2 months, I think other than that, I have like I only have 3 sweaters quantities that I know of. And one's I've already swatched for, and one's like on the needles but has to come out.
Do you think he'll come?
Re-swatched. I think he will fly away.
Yeah, we'll see.
So yeah, no, I get that, what you're saying about the overwhelming. I don't get overwhelmed by the amount of yarn. I get overwhelmed by what I want to make, like the amount of things I would like to complete. So yeah, but I really want to focus on sweaters as we've been getting in the cooler months.
Yeah.
I go to grab a sweater. It was like, okay, I can wear either one of my 2 cozy classic raglans, my once in floral, or my bumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 4 that I rotate through. Like I have my one cardigan. Oh, that one, the Ivan, and that's a house cardigan for me. I wear it like over a sweatshirt if it's really chilly. And then I have a couple others that I just don't wear because I made mistakes on them. Like I should rip out my Beauceron and reknit the body and the sleeves. That's all I need to do for that. You know?
I have a sweater that I want to do a little bit of like alterations to. Yeah. So I left that out. I want to complete that.
Yeah. There's a lot that I would like to do.
Yeah. There's a lot that I'm excited to do. Yeah. You know, like I want to cast everything on. Most of them are sweaters that I want to cast on. So I think that that's great. Like, but I want to make sure that I want to kind of commit to that, because the 2 sweaters that I have right now on the needles, including that one, I have 2 fingering weight sweaters, which I think it's going to be beautiful when they're done. But they just take some time.
They do.
So I have a DK sweater that I want to cast on that with the yarn that we got from Red Stag, which I think will be great coming up this year.
That one you should like.
I'm going to prioritize that, I think.
That one
would be quick.
You'd fly through that.
Yeah, that's the Cozy Classic Raglan. Yep. And that beautiful red yarn that I got from Red Stag while we were in... That was in August, so I got that. Yep, I got that in August. I still want to make that hot toddy sweater, and I have the yarn for that.
I don't even know whose yarn that is anymore.
And I got, for my birthday, that's going to be...
you got the Hudson West one, and you have the sweaters quantity that you bought from Yarnia 2 years ago for that sweater. That's like a lucky tweed, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I had a pattern for that.
No.
But that might be worsted. If it's worsted, that'll go.
Lucky tweed's not worsted. You may have gotten a lucky tweed worsted.
I might have.
I don't know. But yeah, so that...
Anyway, that's all the nitty-gritty stuff.
Yeah, hopefully there's a bunch of sweater knitting coming up in the new year, so
we're going to have to wrap up soon.
We're not going to do movies and reading.
No, we did, you know what, one thing we will talk about, one thing that we've kind of been watching a lot of on YouTube.
But, all right, so we're going to say this with a disclaimer, though. We have been watching it, but it is, I will say... It's darker.
It's dark and disturbing.
So if that's not your jam, if you
right,
it is not. There's no rainbows or butterflies at the end of what we watch. It like last night we watched one that was really disturbing. But so that's just the disclaimer. Go ahead.
So it's a he's pretty popular on YouTube. His name is Mr. Ballin, Ballen. And he basically just kind of tells stories, and it's touted as, disturbing and
dark, strange, and mysterious.
And if you're like a crime person who really enjoys those mysteries, if you're like,
I don't even know if you would say mysteries. Like if you like true crime,
but also like haunting, like unexplained things too. Like there's a lot of that mixed in. So here's the concept. So he basically just sits and tells a story. Right? That's all it is. Like exactly like we do. So he tells a story about something that really happened in real life. They're not like made up things. So a lot of it are like the one last night was
somebody who's unalived.
Somebody, yes.
Most of it ends with, or there are people who are unalived.
And these like crimes are being committed and things, but there's like these bizarre twists. So like the way that he tells a story too is like you're really engrossed in like what's going to happen next. He's very good about phrasing the stories to really keep you hooked. And some of his episodes like have 3 to 4 different like mini stories in them. So some of them are like 20 minutes long, 40 minutes long. He certainly does have ones that are longer.
We don't go beyond 40 minutes.
No.
Like try to stay to stay around like a half an hour.
Yeah. And sometimes like I do get freaked out sometimes, not going to lie. Like things do creep me out at night. Like I have a hard time watching scary things at nighttime or whatever. But it's just enough. And I think for me, there usually is an ending to the story.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to go to bed and you're going to find that this person that he was talking about is going to be standing over your bed in the middle of the night.
Correct.
But if you're interested in those, like Kevin said, dark, mysterious, creepy, disturbing.
I'm going to go more towards dark and disturbing.
Yeah.
There's very few that we've watched that are more mysterious and unexplained. They lean, in my opinion, there's elements of it in the stories, but in my opinion, the majority of the ones that we've watched, somebody in the story
did it.
Is unalived in it. It's not like something happened in a town and everybody's fine, but this weird phenomenon happened. Like that's not the vibe of those.
Well, we still don't know what that UFO thing was actually
That's
about.
literally the only one out of all the ones that we watched that.
But who's to say that he doesn't have other ones like that? Maybe we're just
but it's harder to find something along the mysterious. Most of them are more dark and disturbing. Of what we've watched.
I think people's actions are mysterious to me. When telling the stories and you're like, how could these people do these things?
Right, that's
scary to me, and that's mysterious. Yeah.
More, that's what I'm saying, more dark and disturbing. Not more, I don't know, mysterious is like...
I'm seeing mysterious.
The pyramids is mysterious.
Let me have this.
The pyramids are mysterious.
I don't think they're a mystery. We know who built the pyramids.
We sure don't.
We do. Gandalf came down and he built the pyramids using Santa's sleigh.
But yeah, so if that's kind of your vibe and you're okay with things like that, obviously no children at all. And some of them have even, the one we watched last night had like double disclaimers. A lot of them do have disclaimers if they say for mature audiences. Mm-hmm. I do think the majority of them should say for mature audiences. But
I think that he is also very cognizant of that. And he does not go into gory details. There are no like actual disturbing pictures or anything like that of the actual problems. Yeah. But anyway, I've just been fascinated by it.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I literally Googled like YouTube rabbit hole because I didn't know what to watch one day. While we were both home, like we didn't know what to throw on, and I found that channel, and we've just been watching some episodes here or there. So other than that, I think we're good.
Yeah,
we have to go get our haircut in
up.
12 minutes. So we hope that if you are celebrating the holidays, that you have a great holiday, regardless of
Christmas
the one that you're
to those that celebrate Christmas. We celebrate Christmas.
We do, and
we're hosting Christmas dinner.
Yes. So we hope that you guys have a fantastic 2 weeks. Don't forget that we'll be on Long Island Yarn and Farms Zoom on Friday the 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And other than that,
we will see you next year.
Oh my God. Yeah, and that will be right after our podiversary, I believe.
Wow. Maybe we'll talk about how we want to do that.
Yeah. So we hope that you guys have a great 2 weeks, and we will see you in a fortnight.
Bye.
Bye.